This is mushroom coffee with coconut milk that I frothed. It is so good. It tastes weird, but whatever. Guys, what's up? If you're new here, I'm Audrey Rose and I'm a type 1 diabetic that also has celiac, and I talk about it all the time. So exciting. I don't like this lighting, so I'm gonna like add another light, even though I'm like sitting in front of my window. Like that really didn't do anything. Yesterday I went to the doctor's office. I'm just gonna be talking about adulting because I don't know, it's been on my mind lately. Not lately, just recently. And also excuse the fact that I have these 2 bags here. I'm cleaning out a bunch of stuff, and then I'm getting rid of that piece of furniture and that picture. I thought I was gonna use it, and then I decided not to. I'm just getting rid of a lot of stuff in my room because I want to redo my room, and I kind of want to do it in like a vintage kind of cottagecore, like Anne of Green Gables, like wood, either a wood or a brass bed. I mean, I have a wood bed, but like I want like a, you know, like more of an antique-ish looking bed. And then like just more wood furniture instead of the kind of pinkish maroon color that I have. Be making some changes in my room, but also like getting rid of clothes that I don't wear anymore because I have been the same height since I was 12 years old, which is 5'1", and yeah, I'm not 12 anymore, so I need to, like, you know, dress like an adult, which is kind of hard. Adulting's really hard. Went to the doctor yesterday. I had to drive an hour 15 minutes to my doctor's office, and when I tell you, like, I love my new doctor's office. It was the best change that I ever made. So if you're a type 1 diabetic and you don't have a doctor that's actually like working for you, you can always shoot me a DM on either Instagram or TikTok. I would be more than happy to literally help you with that. Interjection. I ran out of the Drip It from POV, and I'm actually sad. Like, I actually shed a tear yesterday, so I actually need to order that today. But I had a different doctor this time because I was actually originally scheduled under her, but then the main doctor that actually runs the entire building is the one that saw me because I was a first patient the first time I went there. I really liked her. I did my A1C, which my A1C has gone down since figuring out like really what my problems are, but also getting a pump. If you don't have a pump yet, I highly recommend getting the Tandem Mobi. I used to have the Omnipod, and I have a lot of problems with Omnipod just because of their whole like PDM system with the like extra phone looking thing, but also the time and range wasn't great. It really, even though it was a tubeless pump, and yes, it was waterproof and you can swim in it, the settings on it weren't great. Like, I couldn't like see a graph of my time and range. I couldn't like pay attention to it like really whenever I was at home, but I could look at it with my doctor, which I didn't really like. And having the Tandem Mobi and being able to see like, okay, this is how my day is gone, this is what I ate, this is how I bolus for it, these are trends that I noticed. Because that's actually what I did talk about my doctor with yesterday, was because she asked me, she was like, are there any highs, are there any lows? And it was like, well, when I'm looking at my graph at home, I can clearly see that I'm going high a lot in the morning, which is not great. And I didn't even eat yet. Like, this morning was a little wonky, so, but I figured it out because I had to. And am I doing this right? Oh my gosh, not having my serum is like actually throwing me off. Anyway, I really liked my doctor, but yeah, my A1C went down and it was an 8. So if you guys have been here for who knows how long, yeah, when I first started my YouTube channel, my A1C was an 8. It was an 8. It wasn't great. Did I beat myself over the head on it? It looked like I didn't, but I really was. And yeah, my A1C is down to a 6.6 or 6.2. It was a 6 something. I can't remember now. It was a 6. Actually, I'm super proud of myself for really taking the time to bolus. I understand that bolusing is hard. I don't like doing it. and then waiting 10 to 15 minutes until I have to eat. Like, I hate doing that, but it's very needed, especially if you're going to take care of yourself, because that's really helped the changes in my body and figuring everything out. Because when you bolus 15 to 10 minutes before, you're actually allowing your body to heal as it's accepting the insulin. You need to be taking care of yourself and actually healing your body, because if you don't, then your body is going to become more insulin resistant, and that's how my body was. My body was super insulin resistant, and I can see a difference in the way that like my body is like behaving. Oh, I forgot to put this on. It's fine. I think we'll be fine. If it's just one day, it will be fine. We checked my graphs, we checked my pump. They actually redid my pump a little bit and actually put out the time and effort to do it, because they also wanted to make sure that like I was gonna get a little bit more insulin in the morning because of whatever said problem was with my rise in the morning, which, I mean, my other doctor did that, but like she didn't really do that. Like, she was just like, oh, like, you know, I think, you know, this is a good setting for you, but she also really didn't have a good nurse. Whereas like the two nurses that are there at my new doctor's office are absolutely amazing. Like, shout out to them, because they really do help. Like, they're amazing. Like, I love both of them so much. It's just kind of funny, because I didn't ever think that I'd be doing this, like going to the doctor this much. Like, I didn't go to the doctor as a kid. Just saying. Like, yeah, I had my flu shots and I did my like basic shots, but like I didn't go to the doctor like every 3 months. And so it's just kind of funny like what kind of curveballs will happen in your life, but also like paying attention to like what I'm eating, which most diabetics are gonna tell you like eat whatever, do whatever, and that's what doctors are gonna do, just bolus for your food. That's not true, because most of the time, I know I've said this before on this channel, but most of the time if you have one autoimmune disease, you're gonna have another. Like, that's a given. Like, you're gonna have another autoimmune disease, you're gonna have another issue. Like me, I have celiac, but I also have PCOS, and I'm gonna have to take a little bit more extra time and thought into what I'm eating, what I'm doing. Like, am I going to choose to eat that packet of Skittles that, even though it says that it's gluten-free, but by the FDA it's actually in a facility that does have wheat in it? Am I going to ruin my gut, or am I going to choose to not eat that? And am I going to choose something from God's green earth, like an apple? Like, can we be a little bit more reasonable? But also, like, I'm a huge person. Like, ever since I was a kid, I am a huge person of, I'm not gonna wash my fruit, because that's just how I am. After doing a little bit more research, my mom's even done research, and just looking at the way that the American farming is, everything basically is like drugged. Just saying. It is highly unfortunate, because it's like, okay, why do we need all of this extra stuff in my food? We don't. But why are autoimmune diseases on the rise? Like, there's gotta be a reason why. And it just makes me mad, because there's so many kids out there that are younger than me that are gonna have to go through their entire childhood with an autoimmune disease they never asked for. And I'm extremely thankful that I didn't get it until I was older. Like, I got type 1 when I was 18, and then I got celiac when I was 22. Like, or found out I had celiac. I'm pretty sure I've had celiac my entire life. Those are valid questions. Like, okay, why am I being given this disease? And it's like, well, I didn't grow up in the typical American household with chips and sodas and all the other crap that people shove down their throats. Like, I didn't grow up like that. Yes, I ate them occasionally, but my parents didn't want us to eat like that. They wanted us to eat healthy. And so, like, literally my favorite vegetable was broccoli as a kid. Like, that's weird in this time period. And it doesn't really matter now, like, if you're gonna feed your kids healthy foods because of what they're spraying on it. It doesn't matter. Like, and it's really sad, honestly, because then I look back at my childhood and it's like, oh, my parents fed me really good foods, but like, I wasn't ever gonna prevent it. But also, was it a vaccine that I took? Like, like, you ask these questions whenever you start really like digging for information, and you ask those questions. And a lot of people, like in government and stuff like that, they don't want you asking those questions, but like, I want to know why. More like in recent years, like, autoimmune diseases have gone up 30%. Like, I want to know why. Like, it's a valid question. Like, it's kind of like if you think about a toxic relationship, kind of, for example, my toxic relationship that I was in like 3 years ago, I would always ask him why. Like, why are you acting like that? Like, why? Because you want to know the reasoning for why something's happening. And it was like, I don't know why you're treating me like this, so why are you acting like this? And he would always say like, well, why are you asking me that? Like, why do you need to ask why? And it was like, and I would always have an answer, because I want to know, because I care about you, because I want to be there for you. And he was like, well, that doesn't make sense. Like, yes, it does. It does make sense. He would always brush it off. And that's kind of like our relationship with where we are now with our government. It doesn't matter like what side of the party you're on, but I just want to know why. Like, why can't we help more people? Like, why does it have to be so hard for you to get an insulin pump? Like, I could get on a whole rant. I don't like politics. I hate it. But whenever I think about like medically, like, I just want I want someone to make a stand and to actually help people, because you have, babies, you have little kids, you have teenagers, you have adults trying to figure this out, and you're not helping them. Like, you're not. Like, you're not helping them. And that's upsetting to me. This was kind of funny, but yesterday, my doctor was asking me about certain supplements I was on. And I've been, my mom did some research, because she doesn't want me, like, on birth control. I don't want to be on birth control either. I've already dealt with depression. I already deal with a lot of anxiety. Like, I'm not getting put on a pill that actually makes you depressed. Like, I personally don't believe in birth control. Like, just suck it up. Like, that's just how I am. That's how I've always been. Like, on my period, like, I have excruciating pain, but I suck it up and I go to work. Like, if a man can go into battle, like, I can go to work. But I personally think that a woman should at least have 2 days off of work to recuperate and eat and do whatever she needs to do. Do I think that a woman needs to bed out on her period? No. But I sometimes do it, to be honest. Mom, I started drinking, it's called a Nicetol, but the brand is Ovastol, and it actually does help with vitamin D. It helps with PCOS, like reversing it. Most doctors want women on birth control. The doctor that I talked to yesterday really didn't, which was nice, but it's just kind of weird that there has to be a pill for everything. And I can't take pills, like, I just can't. And I think supplements are great. Like, if you need that extra zinc, like, supplements and pills or medication are very different. And I don't know, like, it just kind of weirded me out. Like, why would you want to put me on something and then there's going to be all these other side effects? And then, like, I knew a lady who, like, she wanted to get pregnant, but she had been on birth control for so long that, like, she didn't have kids until, like, I think she was off of birth control for like 4 years, and then she was able to have kids. That's kind of weird. Like, it's kind of scary. And so when you think about it, it's like, oh, like, I don't know what's gonna happen in the next year. Like, yeah, I've been single for 3 years, but I don't know, like, what's gonna happen and who I'm gonna be around, and if I'm gonna, I don't know, meet somebody and then get married and then want to have a kid, and it's like, well, I'm on birth control. Like, who knows if I'm going to be able to get pregnant. Like, I may have to wait 4 years and, like, reverse some of the things that happened in my body, because it alters the chemistry of your body. So I'm not a doctor. I just have a lot of opinions, but it's just kind of weird and it's strange. And now having to like be kind of in the medical space, it's like I want answers to why. Like, why do you treat people like animals? And why do you treat animals like people? Like, that doesn't make sense. Just kind of want to know. And it doesn't make sense, but I'm super thankful that I have a pump, that I have insulin, that I live in a country that actually, you know, has things readily available. A lot of things to be very thankful for, but there are a lot of things to kind of question and wonder. That's where I kind of am right now. Is like, why are we acting like this? Like, why? This is crazy. Story time. I had to go pick up my Dexcoms, which I use the G7s, which I really don't have a problem with. I did have two that like stopped working, but I'm getting that resolved. If I go to CVS, I have to pay like $400 to $500. I have been going through Byram Healthcare, which I go through them with my pumps, but also through now my Dexcoms, because they also fight for you and they make sure that all of your questions are answered. And if you do have to pay something for your Dexcoms, then they'll let you know. But yeah, through Byram, basically they answered all of my questions. And on the insurance plan that I have, they are completely free. They're completely covered. But CVS wants to tell me that they're not covered, which is crazy. Like, actual crazy behavior. It was just weird. Like, what? If I didn't know about Byram Healthcare, I would have to go to GoodRx and I would still have to pay $190, even with a coupon. And even though that's like, oh wow, like you saved a lot of money, that's still way too much. Like, my insurance covers this. So figure it out. Just weird. Like, you basically want people to go broke. And it's kind of frustrating, but it's something that I'm more aware of than I ever would have been aware of if I didn't have this condition. And it's something that I think other people need to know about. And sometimes it's stressful, and sometimes it's like, oh wow, that was a huge win. But other times it's like, why? Like, why is life like this? That was my morning yap stash for you guys. I didn't really do a lot on my makeup, but sure did talk a lot. And I need to brush my teeth before I put on my lips, which I'm gonna put on this Xoxo and then it's Urban Decay. I put on my Space Camp earlier because that's a part of my morning. Like, literally first thing that I do in the morning is put on Space Camp. Don't even talk to me about it. And finish my coffee, get dressed for work, and then go to work because, yeah, I work the rest of this week and I'm not excited about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.